Architecture at its core is the art and science of designing and constructing spaces that cater to human needs. These spaces, whether simple or complex, derive their essence from a fundamental principle order. Order in architecture refers to the harmonious arrangement of elements, creating a sense of unity, balance, and purpose. Imagine a world without order in architecture. Buildings would be haphazard collections of materials, lacking any sense of logic or aesthetics. Spaces would be disjointed, confusing, and ultimately dysfunctional. This exploration delves into the multifaceted concept of order in architecture, unraveling its various dimensions and highlighting its profound impact on the way we experience and interact with the built world. Geometrical order forms the foundation of architectural design, providing a visual language that is both universal and enduring. It encompasses the arrangement of shapes, the establishment of symmetry, and the creation of patterns. Shapes, the building blocks of geometry, play a crucial role in defining the character of a structure. Symmetry introduces balance and harmony. Patterns add visual interest and rhythm to architectural compositions. Structural order pertains to the unseen but essential framework that supports a building and enables it to withstand the forces of nature. It is the logic that dictates how loads are transferred from roof to foundation, ensuring stability and longevity. At the heart of structural order lies the principle of equilibrium, the state where all forces acting upon a structure are balanced. This balance is achieved through a carefully designed system of load-bearing elements, each playing a specific role in transferring weight and resisting external pressures. Columns, beams, walls, and arches are the workhorses of structural order. Columns, typically vertical members, transmit compressive forces to the ground. Beams, spanning horizontally, carry loads across spaces. Walls, acting as both vertical and horizontal elements, enclose spaces while providing support. Arches, with their curved form, efficiently transfer loads to adjacent supports. The structural hierarchy within a building is equally important. The Eiffel Tower, a marvel of structural engineering, exemplifies structural order. Dimensional order, encompassing the concepts of scale and proportion, governs the relationships between different elements in a building and between the building and its surroundings. It ensures that spaces are functional, aesthetically pleasing, and harmonious with their context. Scale refers to the size of an object or space in relation to human dimensions. A well-designed building should be scaled to the human body, creating a sense of comfort and familiarity. Proportion, on the other hand, deals with the relationships between the dimensions of different elements within a design. The ancient Greeks, masters of proportion, developed systems like the golden ratio, believing that certain ratios were inherently pleasing to the eye. The interplay of scale and proportion can dramatically affect the perception of space. Consider the Pantheon in Rome, a masterpiece of dimensional order. Its vast dome, perfectly proportioned to its circular plane, creates a sense of awe and wonder. Material order encompasses the selection and arrangement of materials to create visual and tactile experiences, influence the ambience of a space, and express the structural logic of a building. It's about understanding the inherent qualities of materials and harnessing them to create a cohesive and meaningful design. Texture, the surface quality of a material, plays a crucial role in how we perceive and interact with a space. Rough textures like exposed brick or natural stone can add warmth and rustic charm. Smooth textures like polished concrete or glass can create a sense of modernity and sophistication. Color, with its powerful psychological effects, can evoke a wide range of emotions and associations. Warm colors like red and orange tend to be stimulating and energizing. Cool colors like blue and green are often perceived as calming and serene. The structural properties of materials are equally important. Strong materials like steel and concrete allow for the creation of daring cantilevers and expansive open spaces. The Falling Water House, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, exemplifies material order. Spatial order The art of organizing spaces and defining their relationships governs how we move through a building and experience its various functions. It's about creating a sense of clarity, hierarchy and purpose in the arrangement of spaces. Circulation, the movement of people through a building, forms the backbone of spatial order. Well-designed circulation routes should be logical, efficient and aesthetically pleasing, guiding visitors and inhabitants seamlessly from one space to another. The hierarchy of spaces is equally important. Public spaces like living rooms and dining areas are typically located centrally and granted prominence. Private spaces like bedrooms and bathrooms are often situated on the periphery, offering a sense of seclusion. The concept of thresholds, transitional spaces that mediate between different areas, is crucial in spatial order. Consider the Guggenheim Museum in New York, a masterpiece of spatial order. Architectural order is not about adhering to rigid rules or applying isolated principles. It is about orchestrating a symphony of design elements where geometrical, structural, dimensional, material and spatial orders intertwine and complement each other to create a harmonious and meaningful whole. Imagine a building where the structural order dictates a grid of columns and beams. This grid, in turn, informs the geometrical order, influencing the arrangement of spaces and the placement of windows. The dimensional order ensures that the spaces are scaled to human proportions, while the material order dictates the use of warm, inviting textures and colors. Finally, the spatial order defines clear circulation routes, guiding visitors through the building and revealing a hierarchy of spaces. This interplay of orders is evident in countless architectural masterpieces throughout history. Understanding architectural order is essential, but practical application brings these concepts to life. Hands-on exercises explore different orders, experiment with design solutions, and appreciate architectural complexities. Exercise 1. Geometrical order. Start with a simple shape like a square or circle and create patterns and compositions. Experiment with repetition, rotation and reflection for harmonious designs. Translate 2D designs into 3D models, exploring geometric forms in space. Construct a model bridge using materials like popsicle sticks. Experiment with beams, arches and trusses to span distances efficiently. Mastering architectural order is not a destination but a journey, a continuous process of learning, experimentation and refinement. It requires a keen eye for detail, a deep understanding of human needs and perceptions, and the ability to synthesize diverse elements into a cohesive and meaningful whole. The pursuit of architectural order is not about adhering to rigid rules or replicating historical styles. It is about embracing the fundamental principles that govern the design of the built environment and applying them creatively and contextually to create spaces that are both functional and inspiring. Aspiring architects and designers can embark on this journey by immersing themselves in the world of architecture. Study the works of master architects, analyze the built environment around you, and engage in hands-on design projects. Cultivate a critical eye, questioning design decisions and seeking to understand the underlying principles at play. Consider how people interact with spaces, how they move through buildings, and how different environments affect their emotions and behaviors. Embrace the iterative nature of the design process. Architectural order, far from being an abstract concept, profoundly shapes our daily lives. It influences how we perceive and interact with the built environment, impacting our emotions, behaviors, and overall well-being. From the grand scale of cities and landscapes to the intimate details of our homes and workplaces, order provides a framework for creating spaces that are functional, aesthetically pleasing, and ultimately life-enhancing. As we navigate an increasingly complex and rapidly changing world, the need for order in architecture becomes ever more critical. In a world often characterized by chaos and uncertainty, well-designed spaces offer a sense of refuge, stability, and inspiration. By understanding and embracing the principles of architectural order, we can create a built environment that is not only functional, but also beautiful, sustainable, and deeply meaningful. we can shape spaces that inspire, that uplift the human spirit and that contribute to a more harmonious and fulfilling existence.